welcome to the Diamond Lounge. You're here with me, your host, Donnie C, and of course...
What it do? It's your boy, Scrappy Doo.
Scrappy Doo. You ain't sponsoring no shit. Gotta turn it on. Okay, and we are here with our first of the new year panel discussion, relationship-wise, that is. I have with me Miss Tiffany of...
Hello. Talkatry Podcast.
It's new.
It's brand new.
Tell them what they
I'm in my third episode now. I'm on Instagram, not Facebook just yet. And my Instagram handle is @Talkatry Podcast. And I'm on Twitter @Talkatry Podcast as well.
All right. And we have, of course, one of our regulars, another part of the edition, a member. I mean, what do you want to call yourself? You part of the show.
Whatever you want to call me. Diamond in the rough. I'll take that name. Diamond in the rough.
Diamond Dropper.
Diamond Dropper. Chocolate Dropper, a.k.a. Diamond Dropper.
No.
It's your man, G. Hawkins.
G. Hawkins.
What's up?
Spell your name for the people.
@G. Hawkins. That's G. Hawkins with the Z. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.
All right. Because, I left that R out and I apologize.
We ain't going to talk about it. I didn't even want to put it on Front Street, though.
It's two
Damn,
R's.
it
he got
is.
Special names. Y'all know how black people
It's
do.
a little something.
So he had one of them extras.
Right.
His mama gave
Every
him
time.
extra. She knew he was
knew.
gonna be extra.
She knew a little something.
And there you go.
There it is.
Okay. And now I know. So, but anyway, how y'all feeling?
Ooh,
Feeling good.
Great.
Feeling great. Ran 9 miles this morning. Legs hurting, but I'm all right.
Oh,
Now I'm finna
9
be hurting about
miles.
30
Yeah.
seconds.
I was about to say 9 miles, baby.
Mhm. Yeah, excited. Shit.
I
It's
love
summertime. Trying to get it right, kid.
I'm gonna get it right too.
Okay.
Be right. But okay. So y'all ready to get into this discussion today?
Shit, yeah.
Ready,
Before we
ready.
do, please make sure you are following Start a Watch Party. You can hear us. If you can hear us right now, tune in. I'm not sorry. Of course, you're tuning in. But tell a friend, start a watch party, tag 3 people because we really want your engagement. What is the calling number?
What you talking about? You talking about the watch party, the Facebook Live? What you trying to do?
All of that.
All that shit.
All of
Share it everywhere.
I mean, I want everybody. I need everyone's ears because I want everyone's input
Okay, she
because I
wants
feel like this
everyone's
is
ears. I've never
crucial.
been live before.
we all figured it out.
Live now.
But I'm going to...
So,
All right.
what's the call-in number?
Call in number. Ooh, we need to put that on the screen. It's 936 something. Let me pick that up for you. Keep it going. We'll pull that.
281-330.
I know, right? That's what and that's exactly what we want to go to and think about, right? When you think about any number, it's like, that should come to you.
But
real
look, I'm
fast.
trying to get y'all as much access as possible because I really want to hear from y'all.
Yeah, man. Like to engage with y'all, man.
Indeed.
Hey, Miss Janae. That's from
What up, Janae?
That's from Red Couch right there.
Yeah, confessions getting it in.
Oh,
That's
that is
936-585-4627. 936-585-4627, and we'll get that up for
And
your
I'm about to
screen
say,
momentarily.
we're gonna have that on the screen in a moment, but 'cause
Yeah.
at the end of all of this, I do want to take at least 1 or 2 calls.
Yes, indeed.
If we can get it in. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So, ladies and gentlemen, our hot topic or start off topic of the day is: how do you feel about this post? Why does everyone tell black men how to treat black women, but no one tells black women how to treat black men?
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Go ahead.
Ladies
That's
first.
a good
Oh,
one.
okay.
Um,
New guest lady.
maybe fear. When you go to a black girl and try to tell her something, she quick to jump down your throat. She's quick to do it. Fear, being judged. Probably they're scared to be judged by the person, by the woman. Like we're difficult. I'm sorry, ladies.
She said we're difficult.
We're difficult. Sometimes we are difficult to handle. We are difficult to talk to because we only speak to reply and not understand sometimes.
Ooh, shots fired.
Woo.
Sorry, ladies.
Shots
But it's the
fired.
truth. And I'm speaking for myself as well. So,
All right.
The
Guess.
next lady?
Oh no. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait.
You gonna wait? You want me to go?
Yes,
Well,
go
so I'm gonna give the politically incorrect answer, right? Society's fucked up, and they put a lot of stress and baggage on a man always having to do the right thing, where they don't always do that for women, right? That's just what it is. Now, I will disagree with you briefly. I don't think that African American women are difficult per se. I think any woman can be difficult, right? And that's just the nature of relationships, situationships, fuckships, whatever we building.
Right.
Like,
I
it can be
agree.
difficult. And at the same time, there's African American women that make life fucking easy, that make life splendid,
Right.
that literally make you the happiest man around, right? And you see that day in and day out. And I think sometimes the negative stuff gets more publicized than the positive. But back to your original question, society's just fucked up. We always put a lot of stress and things on men when women can get away with shit that men can't. And that's the way it is, and that's okay, because there's shit that men can get away with that women can't.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Go ahead.
I don't know.
What you mean? What's your
Because
take on it?
I never even thought about that.
Okay, well, now that it's out there.
So now it takes some time for me to think about it.
What?
Because
We've had a discussion about it before.
Huh?
We've had a discussion about it before.
Nah, because I don't know. It's just, I guess because women just made to worship your woman, you know. So I guess it's just more about, it's on us to, you probably, you need to do all this, that, and the third, just, to make this woman happy. But it's never for the woman to, so it never said what the woman need to do.
Your
'Cause
queen to be.
So I guess it's about, about the worshiping thing, you know what I'm saying?
Say that again.
Because like they say, a queen is a queen without a king, either way it go, right? Ain't there some shit like that?
I ain't
Like,
never
Some
that
shit
one.
like
I
that.
ain't never heard
That
that.
sounds about right.
yeah, it sound
It
like,
sound good, but I
Yeah,
ain't never
yeah,
heard
yeah.
that.
like-
We'll roll with it.
I don't know, but I'm just sitting there saying, like, I think I seen something like that. Like, a queen don't need a king to be a queen. Like, it's something like that, but a king does need a queen. It's something,
Come on.
something to that factor.
That's a Diamond Lounge exclusive.
Is
I don't know.
it?
Yeah.
Because that song you just sang,
Yeah.
sing it again.
Queen to be.
Where'd it come from?
Come on. Put that out to anybody that's watching right now on Facebook Live. We'll give you a quick shout out if you can name what show, what movie that came from.
I
You like
know
that?
where it came
Of
from.
course I know you know. I know everybody at this table knows.
But the thing is, have you ever listened to the lyrics of that song?
Hey, it's powerful. Old dude with the big tummy, that shit is powerful.
What is he telling her? What is he saying?
Hey, he's
I ain't never paid attention.
all the adjectives
See, that
about the
song-
importance of that
y'all
woman.
Y'all need to listen
Somebody
to that
pull it up
song.
for scrap.
Pull it up, please, because in that
I know what
song,
movie. I know what I'm saying. I just
No,
never paid
listen
attention
to
to
the
it.
the
I ain't
lyrics,
heard about it.
because in that, and I'm glad that's why I wanted to go there,
Mhm.
because the post said no one is ever telling women how to treat men, and I am that voice that's saying
Oh.
BS.
Come on.
Because
That song, and that's why I'm so glad you sang it. In its entirety,
Mhm.
it's telling her how to treat him. It's telling him what she's supposed to be doing for you. She's supposed to be lifting you up. She's supposed to be worshiping you, and she's supposed to be there for your desire. That song from a movie way back in the 80s or
Yeah.
whatever, it's all about. And even in the movie, her whole upbringing was, I was brought up to worship you and be everything you want. Ooh, to
Right.
me.
Bark like
because look who he was. We talk about regular people. Because look who he was in the
No,
movie.
my point-
Because we was in that movie, we more laughing at the way he's singing more than even trying to pay attention to the words he even saying. That's what in that movie. That's what
But
basically was
no,
doing.
even in that movie, he getting his ball. Look.
Because he was a prince.
The
Look,
royal penis is
or
clean,
whatever.
your highness.
He
So
was
that's
getting
what I'm
ready to
saying.
marry a queen, and she
Yeah.
was being taught. She was being raised to worship him.
Yep.
He was not being raised to worship her
Never.
as
Yeah.
a queen. So that's what I'm saying. My point is this:
But I said that was different.
men. My point is this: women have always been taught how to take care of y'all, care to y'all, respect y'all. If I were to say, name one thing that you feel as y'all are being bombarded with as far as treating a black woman, what is the main thing y'all feel like y'all hear on how y'all should treat a black woman?
Don't date a white woman. Real rap. That's the first thing we hear, especially don't fuck around and get successful. The worst thing you can do as a successful African American man is date outside your ethnicity, because I don't believe in races, but ethnicity, because then you're looked at as like you this escapism shit, like your whole thing was to stray away and you too good for the African American woman, and I don't believe in that shit at all. But I see how society treats African American men who fall in love with women that don't look like them.
Do you
Especially
see-
white.
Do you see how society?
They just throw him in a, woo,
Do you-
I'd
yeah.
be crazy if it's a white woman.
But do you see how they treat African American women that do the same thing?
I don't see it as much.
No, nobody don't say shit.
Yeah.
No,
I don't see
that's
it
a
as much.
lie. Ask.
Or
ask
what I-
African-
what- and this is
of
in
course
my
people
society.
say stuff, but it's not broadcast like that as
Yeah.
if a black man date a white
Because
woman.
it's still not in the same level as how often
Mhm.
the black men step out. But when you find you a black woman
Mhm.
that is prominent and dating outside her race or whatever, or even not prominent, find you a black woman that's just dating outside her race and ask her how many times she's getting those snars, those snares and
Mhm.
remarks and
Who is
comments.
she getting them from?
From black men calling her
Black men?
calling her a bed wench.
No, I ain't never heard
Nah,
one of my
yeah.
partners
Me
use
either.
bed.
And my best
They
friend,
not
Some
baby,
Game of
they don't
Thrones
say.
shit.
and my best
My first
friend
time ever
dates
hearing
out of
bed
her
wench.
race.
Wench?
She's
Yeah.
married.
Come hither.
She's married to him, and
And she's never asked.
never.
She's never said that. 'Cause
no,
I've heard that
never,
all the time.
never. But on his side, yeah.
Ooh, now
Because
look.
she used to.
Wait, on his side, hold on.
I'm talking about because he's Mexican.
So you mean his people?
His people, yeah,
are down to
yeah.
him for dating her.
Yeah.
Well, and Mexicans, and notwithstanding Mexican Americans, they have a very strict cultural or societal norm that says you should date within your not within your family, but
yeah,
within your
yeah.
ethnicity,
Right.
and continue to populate and continue to take over and sew back into family like that.
Right,
And they're
right,
taught
right.
that way, which is the same reason why you don't see that from Asian Americans. It's very rare
Yeah.
you see that. Now, I mean, and African Americans, we're different. Like it's a totally different space. But look at Nigerians or look at any other country from the continent of Africa.
You are
They don't
absolutely right.
always date outside their ethnicity. Like we're the only culture because we're missing that connection to our true heritage and where we come from. That we don't have those same thoughts that are ingrained and instilled in us.
See, but that I would have to beg to differ because I know a lot of African men who do date outside.
Are they marrying them?
Yes.
Really?
Like,
And see, I hadn't seen that.
Or did they pay for it? Did they pay
Whoa!
for it?
Shout out to the
No.
dowry.
No.
Everybody looking for the dowry. Come up and shout out to LaCrystal. She said coming to America, and she says when black women do it, they say yes. She came up.
That's what y'all been saying.
I ain't. That's no.
Who said
She's
they came
saying
up by dating a
that
white
when
woman?
they do it, there's
no,
a come
I said
up.
that's what y'all see, and that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all are seeing, what y'all are noticing is the shift of black women. Okay, you can do it, I can do it too. You can do it, I can do it better. So y'all, how many times have black men said, "Oh, I don't mess with black women because they did, so I'm gonna go over here to the white side or the
I heard
Hispanic
the
side
I've heard
or
that.
the
I've
Asian
heard that a lot.
side. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's better. They say it's
I've heard
better.
that.
I ain't
And
never
it's-
found better.
I mean, no, I'm not
It's-
saying it
it's-
is. I'm
it's
saying
the
that's
mouth
what
and
they
attitude is the reason
say.
why
Sure.
they do that shit.
So all I'm saying is, once black women started doing it, other ones like, well,
I can do it.
do
too.
you? Yeah, go ahead, do you, girl? Because I mean, why wait around? Because the statistics show it's not just that when black women are not getting married because we just are unmarriable
Right.
group of people. We're not getting married for a lot of reasons, and one of those reasons being a lot of our black men don't support us. Like as soon as it gets hard, or when it's difficult, or because they feel like the women is difficult over here, they run away, and they don't like without realizing we deal with the same difficult men. But guess what? Most black women are still trying to stay down with those same difficult men, just a different brother. Like,
Spinning our wheels.
yeah, like no matter what, like most black women would have that. I want to marry black. Like that's ingrained in them. That's what they want. So even if they hitting a brick wall and not going anywhere, they still will stay down with the black.
That's just people that looking at just particular just color. Me, I don't give a damn what your race is. Love is love. Wherever you find it, that's where you get it. But if you have an excuse, the reason why you go into other ethnicities, then that's the part I don't like, the downplay of that.
That's
the
my
part I don't
point.
like. Not saying, oh well, man, black women always holding the brother back, or always got something to say, or always nagging, or just trying to break, or whatever the case may be. Like you hear that a lot, but that's the part I don't like. But you just dating outside your race because you just love whatever who you love. Then
And that's my point about this whole thing is that really? That was quick. Lost my train of thought.
What's that? That's your whole point about what thing? What thing we talking about,
This whole
love?
post, because I feel like it's looking at the branches instead of the root.
Mm-hmm.
So because of the root being that black women were feeling like, okay, we're not being respected, we're not being loved, we're not being supported, where is our backup? Can y'all honestly say y'all see more black men supporting black women or more black women supporting black men? And I mean, by support, I mean like holding down, trying to be there for them.
Yeah, you
But
see more
it's-
black women.
Be
doing
on the
it
cause.
to black men.
So my demographic, my neighborhood, the people I hang with, my close circle is very 50-50, right? But that's the people I choose to align myself with. If I took a step back and looked on it holistically, I'm going to always say that you've got more African-American women supporting African-American men in a general scope simply because there's more African-American women than African-American men. And there's a lot of other shit that go along with that. When society starts to uplift a culture, what you'll see if you actually take a deep dive, African-American men don't get picked up and put on a pedestal in this society.
At
Ever.
all.
African-American women do.
By who?
European American women do by just in general.
African-American
You see
women?
that in movies, you see it in TVs now. If you look almost anywhere, you're starting to see African American women have these prestigious roles in all type of places. Plus, y'all are now the most educated group and the most entrepreneurial group right now. And we're seeing what happens is there's a snowball effect, and that's a great thing, right? Is African American women are continuing to support each other, and then now you're seeing these brunches and all this other shit, all these things that are popping up. You do not see that from African American men.
But that's like you said, you're starting to see African American women in these prestigious roles. Do you know the cry that I heard growing up was, "Where are the roles for these African American?"
Oh, no,
women?
I agree.
You see African American men in these leading roles, and they put them with someone. Those are the cries I heard growing up, and then the tables turn. But the tables turn mostly because black women started picking each other up. Like the whole thing about getting mad at a black woman for being independent is because black women started saying, "Hey, I gotta do this for myself."
Right.
And if I'm doing it for myself, black women really started creating more of us. That's why you said all them brunches, because you know what? I'm gonna do this for her too.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
I know
Bring her along.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this.
That's
for
a
her.
healthy thing.
And that's why
Right.
I was telling him, the last week or whatever. I was like, I know I'm behind the scenes, and I see a lot of black women coming together and doing things and building things and want to. Heck, I even told her we gotta get together later because I got something talk to her about. I was like, but I don't know what's happening on y'all side.
It doesn't.
Nah.
And
Not yet.
he said, oh no.
That was
There's
that was what
programs.
Yes, it is, but it ain't probably ain't like how y'all do
Yeah.
it. Because it's like with dudes, it's almost down to like a competition like type shit. Or I can't see you blow up before I do, or I can't see you higher than me.
Right.
It's like it's like whoever get through the door first, okay, you lose him, let him come back and grab you. But everybody want to be the first one to get through the door, want to be the leader, want to be the boss, and they don't want to see nobody else outshine them.
I
That's
spoke
that's our
about
problem.
that. I spoke about that that was my first episode. It was just about people in general helping people, but a lot of the stuff is the same. Like on my first episode, I was like, if I have the blueprint to something and I was successful off that blueprint, I'm gonna say, here, have it, take it. Do whatever it is you need to
'Cause
do.
it worked for me.
It works for me. Tweak it however you need to tweak it. But here, and we not doing that. Well, we're doing it now.
We're doing it now,
and we're
big time.
talking about it more now. But as far as black men,
And I don't know. I don't want to say y'all not, because I don't know. I'm not a black man.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm hopeful. I'm always hopeful that the same energy and the same camaraderie that I'm seeing happen with us behind the scenes, I am hopeful
Me
that's
too.
what's happening with y'all. But I don't
It's
know.
not yet, but I hope it
I mean,
comes.
but
Yeah.
like I said, we be too much in competition with each other.
There's a lot of things in place.
Yeah, and don't want to see nobody else like get to shine before you do. It's like
and that's horrible.
But that
Yeah.
and so that's why statements like that irk me, because I'm like, what y'all are missing is the root of that was we needed this and we weren't getting it. So
Yeah.
then we started being vocal about it, and we started saying, you know what, forget my mama, grandmama Annie who say, oh, all men cheat, so just hold them down, or
Hold them down.
or whatever,
We gonna
whatever
hold
Barbara and
Just stay
Shirley
there.
were arguing about,
Just
ignore
fighting
it.
with that man and doing for him, and he ain't doing like whatever that, or Betty Wright talking about a piece of a man. All we said was, you know
I
what?
hate that. I
Thank
hate
you.
that verse.
I do too. All we said was, you know what? No, that's not cool. We not riding with that. So this is what needs to happen. Change.
she got a valid point, LaCrystal Williams.
Go ahead and read it, because I can't.
You ain't got your glasses. The male pride makes it hard for it to be done. Society makes men feel like less of a man for showing and expressing their weakness and pain, so they suffer in silence. So yeah, it's a valid point.
So how do y'all overcome male pride then?
Man, you gotta let them egos go, man.
Oh,
Well,
yes,
well,
yes, the ego.
Here's the flip side. Like we're brainwashed to be that way. It's not that we come out the womb and that's a genetic trait in one of those 23 chromosomes, and that's not what's you know what I'm saying. That's not what's occurring in a double helix. Like it is nature that teaches us to nurture from society that teaches us to do these things, to be this way, to not show emotion, to compete against my brother at all costs, to make sure that I come out on we're not taught to kumbaya this shit and we gonna overcome together. But as we get older, we get wiser and realize, well, shit, if I can eat, you can eat. And matter of fact, we all can eat. But it takes somebody to have that idea for that light bulb to go off, but that's not what we're taught. So it's a lot when it comes to the male side of things, let alone relationships, but specifically business and uplifting our brother. And that's not to mention the other shit that happens in this country. We've talked about it on this show before, from the criminal and injustice complex that we have to deal with. All this other shit that put us away and put us at the bottom by design. So there's that.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Well said.
Thank you. Thank you. I just sprinkle it with little curse words. With little shits, fucks, and dams.
He's out like Sophista Ratchet.
Yeah, Sophista Ratchet.
Period.
Yeah.
No, he's good.
Period.
No, he's awesome. So, no, but I will say this. As far as that post is concerned, I feel like collectively, we're all supposed to be supporting each other, lifting up each other, and loving each other, and embracing each other, and letting each other know that they are loved, they are needed, they are respected, they are powerful. Like I feel like we are supposed to be doing that, and I'm all for that. But I'm not for when you try to diminish, like I said, the root cause of what has happened. And say, well, forget about that. No, because you got to kill that root first.
Right, let's start with that.
Before you can handle the other issues. Y'all want women to stop being so strong and like all that, whatever y'all want to call it.
I don't.
Give us a reason to soften up.
That shit sexy.
Stop making me be strong. Stop making me get over this heartbreak.
I'll make you weak in the bedroom. Be strong outside. Make you weak in the bedroom.
No.
Stop making us do that. Stop making us meditate.
Meditate.
Stop making us get in the in this headspace. I can do this by myself. I can do this by myself. Like,
I mean, that will diminish. I'm serious. Like, that will wipe that out if we stop.
And then all of a sudden we strong. And then y'all got a problem with it. Why are you acting like that?
Well, because I gotta be strong. I gotta be strong. It's a mental health thing. Like how y'all said,
it's a mental health thing.
I love how what she said. Like, it really is a mental health. Like, we as Black women just came to the realization that for our mental health, we gotta get it together.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All of us.
Because for that reason, okay, we gotta get strong. We gotta move past this. We gotta get over this.
Gotta move past it.
I love when a woman being strong. I love when a woman being strong and all that. I do not like when you trying to help and then they won't let you. That's
a hard, like how just the ego thing. That's a hard thing to break down once you have to do it for so long
by yourself.
But that don't mean punch about when they're trying to help you. So then when like you stop even worrying about it, just say you going through something or whatever. And I'm sitting there trying to help you, so I'm asking you all these type of questions, but you get irritated about me even asking you anything.
Well, I ain't saying punish. Don't punish them, ladies.
And then don't worry about it. I got it. I figure out like I always do or some shit like that. And then when I stop asking and then like I'm caring, and then you get mad at me for not even.
And you know that's where how she was saying we can be so strong the worst intimidating. That's where
not intimidating.
Abrasive,
unappreciative,
off-putting,
right? However
you want to put it. That's where that whole learning or relearning how to communicate with one another comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
Like I gotta, some of us may need to learn how to take his help in his way and be patient with it.
Yeah.
As opposed to just going straight to get this done.
But nobody does what you need to do better than you.
And that's never. So you have to understand that,
right? And you got to get that. So sometimes if we be like, never mind, I do it myself. How many times did we ask you to do it? And it still hadn't gotten done.
No, I'm just saying
in general, right?
Something going on, and you asking like, "What's the problem?" And you like, "Don't worry about it. I figure it out." You be like,
"Oh, we're not even opening up and telling you what's wrong. You don't
like,
even
God
know."
Damn, let me.
Okay, you don't even know what's wrong.
You know what I'm saying? Now,
you're just trying to understand.
If you're not letting me in, And then if I'd be like, well, fuck it, I'm not even going to pressure you to saying anything. And then next thing you know, when we do get into it behind something, first thing will come out your mouth is how I didn't help you or didn't try to do anything. I'm like, well, I tried. Well, I'm supposed to keep on bugging you about it? I am not going to keep bugging you about it. It's just like, shit, say something. Shit, goddamn.
Don't worry about it. I got it.
Yeah, I figured it
Look,
out.
that don't happen for me. Okay, let me tell you. Well, no, I do this sometimes.
And the
I
only
had to
reason
catch
why
myself.
in the beginning I was like, we were difficult, I was mainly speaking about myself because I am an emotional person, and I'm a Scorpio, first of all, and I'm a very
Prayers
emotional
up.
person. very,
Prayers
very
up.
emotional person, and until I get that side of me aligned and mature, nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I got to get that right first before I go here and try to be like, yeah, we in this together. You know what I'm saying? So I was mainly speaking about myself because, yeah.
Yeah, I was speaking on like, you keep asking to do something.
Yeah.
And then you finally do it on your own, and then you finally come like, well, nigga, I've been telling you. Like, now we're talking about now we're talking
I don't want to talk no more. Done.
Well, look, I tap into my feminine ways whenever possible. So, shoot, if I'm changing the tire and a man come along and say, okay, yes, change the tire. Let me hand you a bolt. What you need? How can I assist you? I know how to do it myself. I'm independent. I can do it. I had to learn. But at the same time, I would love for a man to come along and be a man and help.
Help me help you.
Lead and let me help. Like, I have no problem with assisting you. I'm not going to say, oh, you got it, I'm going to go sit in the car. No, I'm going to be out there with you. But
I left work before to help somebody change their goddamn tire. Shit, just because like I don't feel like you should be doing it.
But that's all I mean, that's all we're looking for. I feel like at the end of the day, it's like, just show us that you care. And
Say, no, I got it. No, fuck that. Sit in the car. I'm on my way. You at work?
yeah, he's sweet.
I do.
Oh.
You say sometimes.
I can do what I want to do up here.
I do what I want.
Hey, I'll be back.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, but
he's
it's just
such a
fun.
gentleman sometimes.
I'm always ask, you know what I'm saying? It's up to you to decline it, but I'm always asking, you know.
Well, I feel like you pondering a lot.
He is.
Oh no, I was
He
just,
is.
you know,
And I
didn't-
can't wait to hear what you
No,
got
I
to
didn't know
say.
if there was another question, another post that we wanted to discuss, so I didn't want to keep going
Keep
in.
going.
So I was like, well, shit, are we going to fall back?
I was like,
you
I'm
done?
I'm
Like,
good.
you feel like-
I ain't want to overrun this shit.
You got your. Did you? Oh,
I'm
wrong.
good. You know,
Ruin.
I got to play my part. Okay.
Okay.
I'm a support.
We all got to
In
learn.
your-
Supporting
right?
role.
In your part, is there anything else you want to add or say
Nope.
on that?
Y'all good.
Carry on.
Carry on.
Well, I'm sorry, guys. We did have a call, and I think I might have missed it because we were going into it. If you call back though, I will stop everything.
Yeah, we'll bring you back on.
I'll drop everything and let you through. So please, that number again. If you want to call back, please do. We got a few minutes left before we close out. That's why I was saying, I was like, I don't see where this topic go to see if we can get on to another one.
Oh, yeah.
Shit, it should have go on, keep bouncing around to something else and shit.
But real quick, so wrapping up though, I did want to get into the whole Gayle and Snoop thing, and I wanted to get into that
Ooh.
because it took an odd turn to me. Like it's just odd. I don't even know how to put it in words. So. He's apologized, she's accepted it, whatever, yada yada. And yet people are still on the he had nothing to apologize for thing. And I'm like, even with now they're mad at Jada for even having it, like she thinks she too much with that. I'm just like, she was not getting on him for calling her out. That was never the issue. Most people didn't care about him calling her out and saying you know, she's doing too much, or she was insensitive, or her, like, most people did not. That was not the trip. The trip was the disrespect and the the threatening part. And I, for one, do not understand why that is ever okay for a man to just blatantly just disrespect a woman and threaten her in this society. That was the part that was the issue.
And with that, even the threatening part, I ain't take the threat as physical. I took the threat as like social media people. Just say like
He said
the
we
beat-
gonna ride down on you.
Just like you say, we coming to get you. You say we coming to get like
Yeah.
So just say like the Beehive, how the Beehive will go defend Beyonce. I took it as that. I ain't take it as Snoop was sitting there saying like, oh, people physically gonna come get
But
you for saying
Snoop
it.
is
But like I said, when I had commented on it. I say it's a lot of shit, especially you from the hood. When you speaking in anger, you don't give a damn what word come out your mouth. Point blank period. Regardless of who it is or whatever, you trying to stand on something, or you standing on something, or you defending somebody, you gonna say whatever word come out your mouth. So that's why I was sitting there saying, did he apologize for he realized the words I using was wrong, or was he apologizing because of the backlash, some of the backlash he was getting behind?
he was apologizing. That's what I'm saying. That's why I say it took a weird turn that I still don't get. He was apologizing for the words that he used, not for what he said, not for what he said in its entirety. He still stands by, and he, rightfully so, whatever, feeling like
Just how he said it.
she's
or?
doing too much, whatever. He was apologizing for the disrespect. The fact that people feel like he shouldn't apologize for the disrespect and the threatening part is what's killing me. Like, I don't get how
People on
you
some
don't
bullshit.
feel like he should apologize or why that's okay, especially with his status and all that kind of stuff. Like, and the reason why, like, if you watch the thing, he said the reason why he said it, just realizing who he was and his power and how that carries to the little boys, the little girls watching him. Like, that's big.
You know what's funny?
Yeah,
I had this conversation with somebody at the gym yesterday, and we were talking. One of my homegirls, we were talking about people responding emotionally, and a lot of times people who respond emotionally in whatever state of emotion they're in, happy, jazz, sorrow, melancholy, whatever the fuck's going on, right? They will often justify their actions based on that said emotion, as if the action is justifiable. And that's the problem, because as a large society is like, well, shit, he was mad.
Thank you.
Give him a
No.
nigga,
Giving him an
you
excuse.
step
No.
Giving him a
you
pass.
won, like Scrappy said, and like you've said, this man has ways too much clout in the social media world and in the real world to threaten somebody, albeit it was probably social media based, not some physical ride on some shit. But there are idiots out there who would take that literally and
And
go
run
do
with
some
it.
shit. So you have to realize your power and your place in today's society and how easy it is to influence people. People can be sheepish sometimes, and they will do whatever the fuck you tell them to do. Look at who we got
about to
as,
say,
as
look
the
at
45th president of the United States.
Look at y'all president.
People are sheepish at times, so you have to be mindful of your power and place and understand that just because you're emotional does not
not give you a
justify the
pass.
actions
at all.
ever.
I mean, that's like mental health
Scorpio.
101. Like when you when you teaching a mental health class or
Right.
whatever with somebody, one of the things you got to your first thing you're teaching them is accountability.
Yeah.
And understanding just because you in this emotion does not make your action okay. It does not justify it. It does not make it, let it go because, oh, you're feeling sad, so you can do that, or you're feeling angry. No, that's not how this world works. People giving passes to that, especially because, oh, this is my celebrity crush or friend or idol or whomever. That's not okay. Like I said, you can call her out. You can say she was insensitive. You can say she was wrong. You can say
Because she was
You can
wrong.
say her and Oprah are dogging out.
She was wrong.
She was dead
You can
wrong.
do
And
all
so
of
was
that.
he.
Yeah,
Cause
both parties were wrong.
Yeah, like I said,
Because it's a certain way to handle
Yeah,
stuff.
I get the speaking, out of term, when you know what I'm saying, but like you say, I'm not justifying what he said. I'm just saying when people, speak from emotional standpoint, instead of taking time out to relax a little bit, all right, calm down, and then talk, when you speaking straight, from an emotional standpoint, you gonna always do something stupid.
And that's why you
so
don't
that's
act
why,
out of
like
emotion.
when just say professional players, before they even go on the podium and talk, they go relax first before they even say something they even regret. Like let your emotions like.
So
calm
he
down,
shoulda went in the corner.
settle down instead of just
Count to 10.
So yeah, instead of just
20.
instead of just flying on off the handle. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that's why when he probably once he calmed down, then he probably like, yeah, damn man,
But-
that's somebody's grandmother, that's somebody's mother. I probably shouldn't have said that shit. But that's why I'm asking, was he apologizing from he was wrong for the words he used, or was he apologizing for because people was giving him backlash for saying the shit that he said?
Right.
No, 'cause he-
that's a
he
difference.
acknowledged
'Cause
that
when
he
people
actually
saying,
had
I'm
more-
sorry. Well, you sorry because you got caught, or you really sorry?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
No,
Right, right.
he
right,
acknowledged
right.
that he actually had more support for him than against him.
Yeah.
So it wasn't about that. He said he was like saying But even in the people that talked to him and the way they, spoke to him, like he was like saying his brotherhood of friends that he has that keep it real and was just like, I understand, she was wrong for that and all that. You just could have handled this a little bit different, And he was responding. He was responsive to that. Like, you should have that circle of friends that can check you and call you out, and let you know when you're doing wrong. And you should be able to listen and hear and take in that feedback.
Yep.
And
Definition
do
of friendship.
better. My pet peeve is when people just lay on. Well, that's who I am. When it's a bad trait.
You
You
can
can
say
say I saw the B word
I
coming out.
know.
You could say
I
it.
don't
shit.
please
That's
say-
it. It's about to come out.
I just hate
Waiting
that.
on it.
That's
Just
who-
get it
I just
out.
hate that.
One time.
Y'all ain't trying to make me a heathen. No, but that
Your
whole
soul glow.
that whole just sitting on that's just me. That's who I am. Do better.
Yeah.
The whole aim in life is that you're supposed to be growing and doing better. That whole people I wasn't the same as I was yesterday because you're doing better. So when you fall back on that excuse, that's me. But it's a negative thing. That's a problem. Okay.
And we're just supposed to accept
Self-check.
that.
Self-check.
That's just who I am.
Exactly. That's
Bye. Bye.
So, and to me, it highlighted a deeper problem, which was the fact that, like I said, and this goes back to why black women are saying, support us, because it highlighted a bigger problem of the fact that it's not there. Like, this man can, a person can call out a black woman and threaten all that kind of stuff, and majority of people will still support him than support her. That's why, to me, that post, I think is BS. Because we've always been taught to respect y'all, love y'all, cherish y'all, be your freak in the sheet, be your lady in the street, be, your peace, be all this stuff.
Oh my God,
told,
they were so quick to say that.
We've been told
you're
this our
supposed to be
whole
my
lives. Be his backbone,
I ain't even my peace.
make sure his house is clean. Man, I want to come home to a nasty house, feed his God. We've been told this our whole lives.
Yeah, that's if your ass ain't working. You better make sure
Period.
your ass
Working
ain't
or
working,
not.
goddamn. Your ass better make sure
Then
that
go
house clean
But
like
my
Working
point is,
not.
period. We've been told that. All we're asking is, hey, we got to a point where we realize, bring it back to us now. And
We got y'all.
thank you.
We got y'all. We holding y'all up. Shit.
And that's all we saying. I want us both
Get it, queen.
to uplift each other.
Get that shit.
'Cause I love my black men.
PhD and shit. Get that shit.
If I wanted it. If I wasn't so shy. I'm so shy.
Same here. I get it.
See, thank you.
Yeah.
You're shy?
Yeah, I'm an introvert by nature.
See, me too.
Yeah, I'm not extroverted at all.
What
You
about
see
all that
me
beat up
out,
shot too?
I'm
Me
ambivert.
too.
Yeah,
I'm
introvert.
Yeah, that's
I don't fuck
me.
with people.
Me? Oh my God.
It's not my
Me
thing.
either.
I like books.
But wait.
I
We
read
gonna be building
books. What are you
relationships.
reading?
I am reading a couple of. I just finished Tomei Ade. I cannot pronounce her last name. Children of Virtue and Vengeance. It was really good.
Is
She
that-
did Children of Blood and Bone, and this is the second installment. I'm also reading the series right now of Old Man's War. I can't think of the author's name, but it's
Y'all
a
know what's on
5-book series. Yeah, it's live. Shit, we giving these gems out. Right. So shit, pick them up. I know LaCrystal out there picking up these gems. Shit, shout out to the Afternoon Sip podcast. That's where she's from. They be getting it and shit. They had some karaoke shit yesterday.
I want them on here so
The
bad.
karaoke shit was popping. I didn't get a chance to make it. Sorry about that. But their karaoke shit was popping. So
Y'all don't-
yeah,
y'all don't-
we need to
y'all
do a
so
collabo. Do a Diamond Lounge and Afternoon Sip collabo. I just made it work.
I do a little me something.
Yeah,
Hold on, give me two.
but yeah,
La,
I enjoy
la,
reading.
la, la. I'm ready.
Post-apocalyptic,
No.
mostly.
No, okay. I
You
tried.
try to do it low.
Tim Ferretti's.
I like books too.
You know that trick?
Shut
I've
up
been
and listen.
finding new stuff to read.
Yeah,
I
his
like
book is
reading
actually
too.
really good about business.
Shut Up and
Tim
Listen.
Yeah, Shut Up and Listen. Tim Ferret. He just dude who owns the Rockets and Landry's, all the Papados and all that shit.
Yeah, me and my friend was just
great
talking
book.
about him the other
Shut
day.
Up and Listen.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
No.
didn't even know he
So
wrote a
on this
book.
edition of the Diamond Lounge Book Club,
Exactly. Like what we pulling out today.
I hope y'all took all that down. We will be talking about it at the next meeting.
See, I'm telling you
Okay.
like this. The last book I read was Dr. Seuss.
What?
Nothing wrong with that green eggs and ham I am. Shit. Shit.
LaCrystal, I think I did. I made a post.
Invite us, we will come. That's all it takes.
I'm telling you, you already invited.
Yeah,
But
it
I'll
is.
look again. I could have sworn I invited.
That's all right. Invite her again. Shit, they'll
That's what I'm
make
saying.
it.
I'll look again. But okay. So with that being said, if we don't have any callers calling in with any words they want to drop real quick. I don't see anything. I think.
Put the number up one more time, won't you? Why don't you do that real nice? There it is.
There you go.
For the audio, folks, 936-585-4627.
Y'all, he went from like Eddie Murphy to Arsenio Hall. So I'm like,
Real quick.
I had to throw that back.
Mm-hmm.
Since he got Coming to America in my head. That's why
I know, right?
I got that in my head. But is there any last words that you want to say?
Shit, now I want to be on my Dr. Suzo. You know, I want to do some other shit. But men, treat your women like the goddesses they are. Women, treat your men like the kings that they are, and continue to grow. If we're not out here growing, what the fuck we doing? Everybody who's rocking with us right now, you on Facebook, you on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you're listening or watching this show.
And I hope you shared it.
And sharing this shit. Iron sharpens iron.
Share,
what are we
share,
out
share.
here doing if we're not helping each other grow and prosper?
Ooh.
What's the point?
Good one.
That's all I got.
I second that. He's pretty much said it for me.
There
Sasha
it is.
made you
But
go
no,
first.
you
I
should have
made
made
you
me
go
go
first.
first. But no, I just want to say thank you for having me. This shit's dope. I love it.
I love talking to my podcast
It's 'cause
team. I'm telling you, look, I have an awesome podcast family. Shouts out to all of them. It's too many names to
It's
remember.
too
I know I'm going to
many.
butcher because I know diversity, wine time, confession, shout out
Mind
to see.
triggers.
Thank you. Mind triggers, out of left field, all of y'all. Like,
Yeah.
it's a dope podcast community behind the scenes. And
Yeah.
so I'm in love with mine. Hope you like yours. Anything you want to say? Add last words?
I'm third in what Gary said. Tiffany seconded. I'm third.
Yeah,
There
he
it
pretty
is.
much
But yeah, it's
wrapped
just, you
it
know what
up.
I'm saying,
I mean, he pretty much
See,
said it all.
next time you go last.
I go last?
You going last.
Cool.
Respect each other, help each other grow. You know, you're going to run to a few bumps in the road. That don't mean get off the road. You know, shit, get through it together. Shit.
Change your
Talk about
mindset.
it. Yeah, talk about it. Open up.
Right.
All right. And I'm just going to end on, like I said, love one another.
I know you're going to keep it simple, then you're going to tell everybody.
I didn't tell you you had to
Say a
go into
paragraph.
a thesis. I'm just saying. My point is just to love one another. Can we just focus on that? If you love one another and express that and show that, we will be in a better place. It wouldn't have to be so much back and forth, men and women, black men, this, that. Love each other.
Agreed.
Until next time, people. Oh, what do we have? Oh, next week we have Confession from Red Couch. We have our podcast family coming up here again. So, but I can't wait for that one. So make sure you're tuning in. Until then, say the word. Say the word. Say the word.
Drop it down.
Bye.
Bye.
The nipple twist.